And now we're going to be stretching out triceps and obliques. In this program, all I want to do is I want to keep that arm straight, cross it all the way across, and I want to put it just on my back, just like this. I want to do a triangle. On the triangle, I'm going to take this hand, I'm going to put it at the elbow, and I want to draw it towards the head first, and then I'm going to roll the hand down. And then same thing as before, we're going to make this 2, maybe 3 different positions. All I'm going to do is drop more in towards that head, take the hand a little bit lower. You're going to feel a real good pinch in that tricep. Now, we want to go into oblique, which is down on the abs on the sides, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this exact same position, lean it over real slow. I'm going to feel a real tight pull on this, and in fact, if you've got a good lean on this, you might want to back off on that elbow just a touch. It's going to be considered a hyperextension. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to continue to add it towards my head, drawing it back behind my head, taking the hand down a little bit deeper. Make this a progression, nice and slow. You'll feel your tension points. Hold it at a tension point, let that muscle relax, stretch it a little further. Draw it all the way back up. And from this point, you can go hyperextensive. You can add it more based on how tense that point is. But all you want to do, take it towards the head, hand down, control it over slow. Just like that. There. Now we're going into lower body stretching. In the lower body stretching, we're going to knock out a whole bunch of this in one big movement. What this one's going to be is we're going to get a nice wide stance, not too terribly wide, something you feel comfortable going down in. Now, starting off, there's going to be 2 different ways. The first one, I'm going to lock my knees out. I'm going to take my elbows as low as I can. You're going to get a lower back separation in this one, and all we're going to do is keep that head up, focus on the breathing, and then you're just going to go side to side, bending the knee. Take it as low as you can. You're going to feel a really good inner growing stretch here. Keep those elbows low. You want to stay the same position the whole time. Just like that. Go back to the middle. Get that butt out. Take those elbows as low as you can go. Now, on this part, I am bending the knees. Reason being, I'm trying to get a glute stretch. I'm rolling that glute out as far as I can, and I'm going to take my elbows as low as I can go. I'm feeling a really good inner thigh pull and a good glute program right there. Now, if I want to put this a little more in inner thigh, I can plie my feet out, lock my knees out if I want to, do my lower back separation, but get a knee bend, take those elbows as low as I can possibly take them, work it a little bit back and forth. Now, from there, I want to get a really good hamstring pull. I've done my inner thigh, I've worked the glutes a little bit. On this one, I'm going to go down in the same position, and then from here, I'm going to keep the knees locked out, and I'm going to roll all the way around this foot. Now I can put my hands here. I can make it a progression as far as let that muscle relax, let that hamstring relax a little bit, get a little more turn in it. Get a little more turn in it. I'm not worried about going super deep. I'm worried about getting a real good tension inner thigh, and then I'm going to go against that hamstring, straight leg, straight down into it. Flip it over to the other side, keep those elbows low. Same thing, roll into it, make it a progression. Start it here, let that muscle relax a little bit. Hold onto the shoe, control yourself around the hip. Just like that. The most important thing is that you just try to get a feel of how that muscle is stretching. We just went through a full extensive lower body stretch. In our positions, just remember, straight legs, elbows down, that's a lower back stretch. If I bend those knees and put that butt out and then take those elbows low, it's going to be a glute stretch, a little bit of high hamstring stretch. And then when we go elbows low, keeping the legs straight, crossing them over the legs and drawing ourselves down, that's going to be our extensive hamstring stretch, rolling it back to the other side and stretching out the other hamstring. That's hamstrings, inner thighs, a little bit of glutes, everything. The only thing we didn't get is the quad muscle. So in the quad muscle, we're going to go into a program where we're stretching and hyperextending the quad. In that one, all we need is anything whatsoever just to hold on to. And what I'm going to do is just fold the leg back, get a pull in that hamstring. Now I want to work my fingers down till I'm on the toes. Reason being, I want to pull just a little bit on those toes in order to get a good pull on that hamstring. And then I'm going to go into a little bit of work on this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch it first. Once that muscle feels like it's alleviating some, I'm actually going to provide resistance with my foot. I'm going to push against my hand, just imposing circulation. getting that leg to work just a touch, and then I'm going to add an additional inch to it. And I can do this as many times as I want, just based on what I'm stretching it for. If it's intensely sore, I might spend 2 or 3 minutes here just adding a little bit of pressure on it, alleviating the pressure, drawing the foot up a little bit higher. Now, I'm not just necessarily tucking it straight into my butt. I'm trying to draw the knee a little bit further away from the body, because basically the longer range of motion I place from that hip flexor to that knee going away from the body, the more of a hyperextensive stretch I'm getting in that quad. Next part, we're going to be stretching out the calves. Now, the calves have a very short range of motion, so on this one, all I need is something short, but something I can hold on to. All I want to do is I want to take that heel as close as I possibly can to that surface. It's best if you have something to hug onto, just because what I'm going to do is just hit that position, and once I hit that position, I feel the tension in my calf. It's real tight right now, but I know if I just hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds, that muscle is going to start to alleviate, and then I actually want to hug into something and lean into it slow. Make this a progression just like anything else. I'm going to have 3 to 4 stretches on it, and just once I hit that point, I'm going to hold it, wait for that muscle to alleviate a touch, and then try to add a little bit more draw to it. Now, this is one that even if you really want to go for a max stretch on it, I can even back the foot off, angle it just a touch higher after I've stretched it out a good 3 or 4 times that way, and then I've got a little more pull in that calf on this angle right here. Same progression. I just want to draw myself in, let the muscle alleviate, add a little bit more to it.